Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 17th of March, 2021. And we are broadcasting live on Bitcoin SVTV. Just get me to sort my Twitch TV out and I shall be with you. But we're just going to have a few lulls today with regard to Tether. Because Tether never fails to amuse me. Hold on. There we go. Got it. Right, let's get into this. So somebody just pointed this out to me. Sent me a link to a video about a guy saying how he was terrified of Tether. And it was actually quite amusing, to be honest with you. And it makes a change actually having somebody ripping the piss out of Tether. Because that's almost kind of like a no-no for these shitcoin BTCers. Because they know that Tether is their bread and butter. And they don't want to hear anything bad said about it. So talking about Tether pumping the price and all this shit and all the shenanigans going on, let's just have a look at this report from Cointelegraph. They said reported volume of top South Korean crypto exchanges surpasses that of the country's stock market. Oh my god. Oh my god. The increase in volume came as price of Coolcoin rose to an all-time high of more than $61,000 on Saturday. Okay, I mean that is actually quite a remarkable achievement, but this is just kind of effectively setting a precedent for what we know is coming to Bitcoin, because this is all to do with shitcoin speculation. Yeah, the amount of money in it is huge. Yeah, one, it's tech, it's digital, so kind of like the younger generation getting involved in it. It's 24/7. It's not like the stock market where you need a stockbroker and then you know the stock market is totally manipulated anyway. But that's because you've got CEOs doing whatever it is they do between each other and getting ahead of the market, and then literally just like pumping and dumping. Again, like no real different with Bitcoin, but the shitcoiners that are in it at the moment with shit for brains have no idea how Bitcoin is manipulated. All you've got to do is listen to Anthony Pompilano on CNBC saying, "Oh yeah, we want a really hard asset that isn't and can't be manipulated." The guy's just like, "Are you kidding me? Coolcoin isn't manipulated." It's the biggest joke ever. Which just goes to show you how deluded Anthony Pompilano, really is. He has no idea what's going on. Spends all day talking about number go up and like the Federal Reserve and all this crap. How about looking at some of the details of Coolcoin, you absolute moron? So anyway, it says here the volume of transactions in South Korean digital currency market briefly exceeded the daily average transaction amount of the country's stock market on Sunday. According to data from CoinMarketCap, again, shouldn't really trust those figures because it's all CZ. The combined 24-hour volume of major South Korean crypto exchange Upbit, BitHub, Coin1, and Corbit was more than $14.6 billion on Sunday. Again, we don't know how much of that is wash trading, but take it with a pinch of salt. But it's still like making headlines, and this is the potential. It's coming to Bitcoin anyway. On Friday, the same metric was roughly 14.5 billion on the Korea Composite Stock Price Index and $10 billion on the Korean Securities Dealers Automated Quotations. The increase in volume came as the price of Coolcoin rose to a new all-time high of more than $61,000 Saturday before dipping under $60,000 again. It should be noted that the trade volumes appearing on CoinMarketCap are not always believed to be accurate. You could say that again. Due to the prevalence of volume inflation. Wash trading. CoinMarketCap has introduced several initiatives to combat inflated volume data, but the figures reported there are typically higher than what's seen on Mazari. And again, the guy who owns Mazari and runs it, again, massive shitcoiner himself, has no real clue what's going on. Some crypto exchanges in South Korea have experienced their share of regulatory and business-related challenges in the last year. That's a political way of putting it. Regulatory and business-related challenges. In August 2020, local authorities seized Coinbit, the country's third largest crypto exchange, following allegations that 99% of transaction volume in the exchange was fake through wash trading. Data from CoinMarketCap shows Coinbit's 24-hour transaction volume is now just over 900 million, still not to be sniffed at. In addition, major crypto exchange Binance Korean arm said it would close its doors in January, citing shrinking liquidity and low trading volume of its Binance Korean won, I guess that is, trading pairs. BitHub, the second largest exchange in the country by volume, announced last week it would be implementing new anti-money laundering and know your customer measures. They are coming slowly but surely. So we've got this reporting on, the volume surpassing that of the country's stock market. And then this guy, whoever he is, Diginex CEO, predicts Coolcoin reaching 175k by the end of 2021. Really? Where did you get that from? So he said, we are modeling out about $150,000, $175,000 for the price of Coolcoin by the end of this year. Really? You're modeling that out, are you? Modeling on what exactly? Let me just show you this. This is what Coolcoin is entirely dependent on. Look at this. Tether. And look at the volume of Tether in comparison to US dollar, Japanese yen, euro, and British pounds flooding in to Coolcoin. Look at the size of that. And then from Coolcoin, it goes into Qcash, Litecoin, XRP, Binance on there, and Ethereum. I mean, what a joke. What a joke. You're going to model your price prediction of Coolcoin on that. Well, you may as well just simply go to Tether and say, excuse me, how much Tether are you going to be printing? Because we need to know for our models that we're going to show people. What a joke. And talking about modelings and showing people, I was actually just watching a clip a minute ago about this. This was back in 1995. It said Sampoonong department store collapses. So the Sampoonong department store collapsed. It says it was a structural failure that occurred on the 29th of June 1995 in Seiko-gu district of Seoul, South Korea. The collapse is the largest peacetime disaster in South Korean history, killing 502 people and injuring 937. It was the deadliest modern building collapse in the September 11 attacks until the September 11 attacks in New York City, and the deadliest non-deliberate building collapse until the 2013 Savar building collapse near Dhaka, Bangladesh. Well, I mean, again, South Korea, you don't really hear too much about corruption over there. It's a relatively developed economy. But I mean, look at this. Look at this. It literally collapsed in about 20 seconds. 20 seconds. And here's a video of what it looked like on the inside. Check this out.
In 1995, greed, corruption, negligence, and ignorance led to the largest peacetime disaster in Korea's history.
8, 9, clothes, 10 floors of clothes and cosmetics.
In the mid-1980s...
There we go. I mean, that literally, look at this. I've never seen anything like it. The whole thing just literally collapsed. And I was like, you know what? This is kind of like what's going to happen with Tether and Coolcoin. Honestly, literally just one day, gone. The whole thing, 20 seconds, killing 500 people. You'd never think, looking at the interior design of it and how plush it was, that it had such structural defects that the entire thing would just collapse. Shocking. But I mean, again, this is what shitcoiners with shit for brains aren't really familiar with when they're looking at Coolcoin, thinking that it's going to go to 175k by the end of 2021. Well, I mean, it might do, but only if their friends at Tether print enough of it. Crazy. Oh dear. Anyway, that'll do. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.